But Coralia wasn't like other mermaids who spent their days singing on rocks or collecting shimmering pearls. Her heart belonged to the great creatures of the sea. Her best friends weren't merfolk, but a pod of mighty orcas, a shiver of misunderstood sharks, and a wise old sea turtle named Sheldon. Every morning Coralia would swim with the orcas. She learned their clicks and whistles, their language of family and friendship. Her afternoons were often spent with the sharks. Most sea creatures feared them, whispering tales of their sharp teeth, but Coralia saw their grace and power. She saw their vital role in keeping the ocean healthy. She'd swim with hammerheads as they scanned the seabed, and even with the great whites, who she found to be more curious than menacing. She would gently remove parasites from their gills and guide them to cleaner feeding grounds, away from polluted waters. She taught the younger fish not to fear them, but to respect their space, showing them how to coexist peacefully. As twilight painted the ocean in shades of orange and purple, Coralia would seek out Sheldon, the ancient sea turtle. Sheldon had seen more sunrises than any creature Coralia knew. He'd rest on his huge, moss-covered shell as he floated near the vibrant coral reefs. Coralia would listen for hours as Sheldon spoke of the changing tides, the warming waters, and the strange, hard objects that sometimes fell from the world above. He was worried. The corals were losing their color, and the plastic jellyfish, as he called them, were becoming more common. One day, a terrible shadow fell over their home. A massive oil spill, a black, sticky monster, began to spread across the surface, choking the life beneath it. The orcas' calls became panicked. The sharks grew disoriented, and Sheldon's ancient eyes filled with a deep sadness. Using the calls Luna had taught her, she organized them. The orcas used their powerful tails to create massive waves, pushing the thickest parts of the oil slick away from the most fragile areas of the reef. Next, she found the sharks. Their keen sense of smell, usually a tool for hunting, was now their greatest asset. They could detect the faintest currents of clean water, and Coralia had them guide the smaller fish and panicked sea creatures through safe passages, away from the toxic sludge. Finally, she went to Sheldon. With his centuries of knowledge, he knew the secret, deep ocean currents that could help disperse the oil more quickly. He guided Coralia along these hidden pathways. Together, they led schools of fish that fed on plankton, which helped to naturally break down some of the oil particles. Coralia worked tirelessly, her mermaid magic helping to cleanse the water around the most vulnerable corals, drop by precious drop. The orcas, the sharks, the turtles, and countless others united for their home. Slowly, the ocean began to heal. The black tide receded, and the sunlight once again pierced the blue depths. The reef, though scarred, began to show tiny specks of color returning. And from that day on, she wasn't just Coralia the mermaid. She was Coralia the guardian of the sea, a friend to all, big and small. Her story became a legend, a reminder that one heart, full of care, can inspire a whole world to change. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow 4 more tales from the deep.